All right, we're back at the work site. I drove Blue Thunder up here today. It's gonna get bitter cold this weekend, Christmas weekend. Like teens, bitter. But it's gonna be 3 days in a row where it's not above freezing. I'm contemplating taking this thing back home with me today because I'm not gonna use it again until I redo these bunks anyway. But I gotta get these logs off of here before I redo the bunks, so we are going to try to saw these logs today. Okay, we are getting ready to cut a 14-footer. This is me using the bunks. They work fantastic. I'm rolling a 14-foot log, which is fairly heavy by myself. Now the 14-footers, you kind of got to make sure you situate them on the bunk right to, you got to have them where you're not running into the power head as you roll them on, and where they're not so far down on the far end where you can't cut, where you run out of travel. But they're not too bad to get on there. I haven't cut a 16-footer yet, which is supposedly the max cut. Here we are getting the locks in place. They work pretty good as long as you put them in right. Or you can put them in backwards. So if they're not clamping right, you may have them in backwards. I did. Now this log, I was hoping to get some 8-inch 2x8s, but I was not able to get that. And part of it is my inexperience. Part of it is the log. It actually has a dip, like a narrow spot kind of in the middle, that didn't allow me to get, and I think I ended up cutting 2x6s out of this. This first one, or maybe 2x4s. Anyway, I can't remember. I've got a pretty good blade on here, but later in the video you'll see I had to do a blade change, which this is my second blade. Later in the video I will put my second blade on, which I haven't had any issues changing blades so far. It's been easy. Haven't had to adjust anything. I read on some of the forums that some people have problems when they change the blade, getting it to track and whatnot, but so far I haven't encountered any of those issues. There I am using my brand new Northern Tools Roughneck PV, which is basically the same thing as a can hook. Works the same way. I also bought the Timberjack. If you've seen my previous video or my shorts, that Timberjack is a blessing for a man by himself in the woods. So, and I also need to get something on there to redirect that sawdust spray. If I have somebody helping me, they're usually standing on that back side and pulling the slabs off and boards off, and they get sprayed. My buddy from work came up and helped me, and we had some sawbucks there, and he was stacking the slabs on the sawbucks so we could pick them up with the tractor later, and he was just getting coated from head to toe with sawdust, and it is very wet and a little full, a lot of sap. So I need to work on my making my cants. There are charts that you can get, that'll tell you, if you measure your log diameter, how big of a cant you're supposedly able to get. The next log, the 14-footer after this, I purposely made an effort to make sure I got an 8-inch, even though I think it had a little bit of wane on one of them. They're going to be used outside for a lean-to, so that's not really something that's going to affect them too much. But this is, had to move my gas can. It was getting coated with sawdust there. After this, I've got to do a little bit over 5 hours of runtime. There's the old PV. It works great. Although the old one worked good too. This one is definitely better than the old one. My 100-year-old one that my grandfather used. But I've got to do an oil change before I cut again. I'm just a little over 5 hours. It says the 5 hours of runtime. The initial 5 hours is a break-in period, and change your oil after that. I also need to do some more research and some more practice using the scales that it comes with. See, I've got the yellow one up there, and I've tried using it. You know, I'm trying to cut 2-inch, you know, rough cut true 2x8s, 2x6s, 2x4s. And I took both of them and I measured from the bunk to the blade, and I moved the indicator up and down 2 inches on both scales. On each rule, each scale's got 2 different sides, and I never could get a true 2-inch reading. So I need to do some more research and some more practice on that. I'm sure it's something simple. I'm not a mathematician, although I should be able to measure 2 inches. So for now, I'm measuring when I get down to my cant, I'm making my cuts, I'm measuring that. I gave a thumbs down because I realized this board's not going to make. But I'm measuring exactly 2 inches and then cutting. So there I am measuring the cant, trying to figure out what I'm going to get. I've already realized I'm not going to be able to make 2x8s out of this one. So we'll just do what we can on this one. Now the next one I do make, I think I get 4 2x8s by 14 out of that one. So, and I sped this up. This is 3 times. I was going to add music, but the editing app I use, Splice, which is a very good app. It's even the free version is very good, but now you have to pay money to put music on. And I don't want to pay money because I'm cheap. So you're getting to hear my voice. I could sing, but I don't think anybody wants to hear that. Although it is, as I'm recording this, it is Christmas Eve. I could sing some Christmas songs, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, as I'm doing this voiceover, it's going to stop abruptly, so I may just have to stop. So if you're listening to this, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. If you're watching this before Christmas, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And I've got more coming up after this video. So if you've made it this far, I appreciate you if you leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I'm trying to monetize the channel, but it would really help me out if you just give it a thumbs up. Or not. If you don't think it deserves a thumb up, then don't give it a thumbs up. So the problem with this board, as you can see from the cutting, it had a dip, curve, like a narrow spot right in the middle. And I wasn't able to get. I figured out a while ago that it was not going to make any 2x8s. This is like 7 inches. Right now it's like 6 by 7. So I decided to go ahead and make some 2x6s out of it. So I got to turn it 90 degrees and cut some 2x6s out of it. And yeah, we'll just have 2x6s out of this one. Now I probably could have used a toe board here, which I don't have. So I may try to do that on the next one. It's got a pretty big bell down there. We'll see how it goes. Well, I officially did it. I hit my clamp with the blade. Went ahead and finished that cut, but I might have to change my blade. I went through the, I went around and put the short clamps in, short dogs in, and didn't even pay attention to my clamp. See where I hit it. It went up. was too wet. It actually went up a little bit right there when it hit it. Deflected it up. So, but anyway, I got 3 2x6s out of here. And it definitely, as soon as I hit it, you could tell it was just dull. It just dulled it up. So now we gotta change the blade. I wasn't filming because my phone's about to die, because apparently I knocked it off my charger last night while I was thrashing in my sleep with my sore back. So we'll get these, you can see it's real wavy, but we'll get these unloaded and get the blade changed. So the second 14 footer, I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the bottom one's, that's right at 2 inches. Out of it, I purposely, this one's got some wane on it, but I purposely started measuring my can. It was like, I'm gonna get an 8 inch. You know, one way it's gonna be 8 inches. And so to get that, I ended up with this one. It's got a little cant on it, or not a cant, but wane. But the guy's using it for a lean-to, so I don't think he'll have a problem using that one. Got 3 more logs on here, but I guess I'm gonna do them. I really don't. So I got 3 more logs on here. I got 1 8-footer and 2 10-footers. I don't know what I'm gonna do this. I'm probably try to make a 4x4 out of it to stack some stuff on. And then I'll make probably 2x4s out of these to get my 2x4s. I got those, and I'll take those to the house. These I can't fit in the bed of the truck. It's a 6-foot bed, and it don't like a 14-foot. So I don't like 8-foot hanging out the back. But anyway, let's get to cutting. Well, I decided to shoot back to the house and get the trailer. I don't want to have to come back. I want to get me a snack, crackers, pack of naps, and soda dope. So I shot back to the house and got the trailer, so that way I can just load this stuff up instead of throwing it on the ground. Have to come back up, pick it up again, and then we're gonna cut those 3 logs left. Well, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do today. This is pretty much 99% of this is from today. So if you think about getting a sawmill, you gotta figure out something to do with all this. I got another stack over there. So I got 4 2x4s and some 2x2s. I'll use them for something. It's 2 by like 1 3/4 inches. But we'll keep them. So that's 4 4x4s, 2x4s. And then I got 2, 4, 6, I think 8 over there. But I got a project coming up next year, a little cabin build I'm planning. So I got to get some 2x4s drying for that. That's going to do it for this video. All I'm doing now is sawmilling. It's wintertime. So get used to sawmilling videos. If not, I don't know what to tell you. That's all I'm doing. I am going to redo these bunks before I saw any more wood. I don't know when that'll be. It's supposed to get real cold this weekend. This weekend's Christmas anyway, so probably after that. Another issue is when you're measuring a lot with your tape measure, it gets gummed up with sap. It's sticky. Keep a dedicated tape measure out here because I have gloves all the time and I just grabbed this and now my hand's sticky with sap. So anyway, if I don't see you guys before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas and we'll see you next time. Minus those 2x4s, this is the wood we got today. I got a true 4x4, 14-foot 2x8, some 2x6s, some miscellaneous stuff where I ended up with like a 1.5-inch board, like an 1.25-inch board, but I'll use them for something. I need a miscellaneous pile. So there you go.